afternoon. Coming off a little ice storm. I got my two main man with me this afternoon. I got Big E and my man Big RT. And I tell you folks, we're coming off a little wrestling high school state championship. I got to go Friday night. Got to see some good things, but I tell you right now, man, we're going to talk about a little bit of wrestling, talk about a little bit of girls and boys basketball, and talk about a couple guys that won state champions around here in the metro. Big shout out to Carl Albert. Had 3 placers. Memphis City had a placer in Jason, a kid that wrestled Little League with my son. So congratulations to him and the Bombers finally getting one. Coach Hodges, what he's doing over there. Coach Benny Coleman only had 1 state champion with the young lady. But I just tell you, man, times is tough. But, we'll figure it all out. What's going on, Big E and RT?
School, work.
Man, if you say school one more time, I'm going to ground you.
You can never
it's
stop
just
learning.
what I got going on.
Hey, that's what he got going on. I'm just giving him a hard time.
But, school, work, and then church. Not much has changed over here. So
That's it. RT, what about yourself?
Man, just staying busy. You seen me out there this weekend.
Hey, congratulations to your son, man. Coming off of not wrestling for 2 years, coming back his junior year, starting the football season off getting hurt, breaking a bone in his foot, recovering, coming back to the end of the season, play a little bit of football, got in the wrestling room, did his thing, wrestled, 10 pounds lighter. This week was probably even a little bit tougher because they gave him 4 points, so that's 14 pounds lighter. But the guy, I tell you folks, I got to go watch him Friday night. I didn't make Saturday. My baby girl and I had to work Saturday, and my baby girl had a little basketball going on. But on Friday night, man, it was good to see him wrestle. If you guys don't know, they changed the format of wrestling. You have to wrestle in to get in, and it's pretty cool.
If you place 4th or 5th in regionals. 4th or 5th,
you got to wrestle in to get in to go see that number one.
That number one.
But his son finished 5th, beat the number 4th seed, and had to wrestle the number 1 seed, and took him to a great match until finally that third period. You could tell that weight difference was a big difference, but he get everything he got, and I'm just tickled to see what he did on the mat, man. I think next year he'll come back bigger, stronger. Get in that wrestling room over the summertime and work out a little bit, man. He's gonna open up some eyes, and I just tell you, man, wrestling. Sitting next to little RT. We're sitting there talking to a young man that wrestled in high school and played college ball at Division II and Division I. He looks over and he goes, "Man, I really like this wrestling. Wrestling is fun. The cutting weight sucks, but wrestling is fun because it's you and one other person. Can't nobody blame nobody else for losing.
Cannot point the finger."
So we'll get into, like I said, we'll talk about a little bit of wrestling. We'll talk about a little bit of high school girls and boys basketball. If you didn't catch it, I did a special show on Kobe Seabach, the Bombers' outstanding small forward, man. And you got to go watch this, man. This kid has went through a lot and battled a lot. If you see this young man jump and shoot, you were like, man, that kid had some kind of disease back in his young days, and he's fought to learn. Back in the day, he couldn't. Little League football, he couldn't play. And he had to put an ice pack over his whole body. It was weird, man. You look at the kid, and people always want to judge the cover, but I tell you right now, his cover turned out to be a great story because, man, this kid is probably one of the top players in. I kept saying 6A because Memphis has been 6A for so long on the deal, but they're 5A. But they played a lot of 6A schedule. But he has proved to be one of the top small forwards in 5A or 6A or 3A. So whoever gets him. I correct myself. I said he signed yet. He hasn't signed yet. But whoever gets him is going to get a star in the rise because the kid can flat out go. Not only can he just jump out of the gym, he can also shoot too. So, Big E, what's on your mind over there, big baby?
Well, I got some of these girls basketball scores pulled up right now. They had their regionals. They had some regional games yesterday.
Yes, sir.
So starting off with 6A. Owasso and Broken Arrow were in a tight game. Owasso wins 58-55.
Wow. That's a good game. Good game.
And then Stillwater beats Booker T. Washington 51-45.
Another good game.
And then let's see. Other close games here. There's some runaways here. I mean, you got Choctaw beating U.S. Grant 76-12.
76-12.
Then I don't know if this is a real score or not.
83-3.
82-3.
That's Edmond North.
Edmond North over Capitol Hill.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna say something real quick.
Say it.
And you guys know how I feel, about them Yellow Jackets. The girls basketball team. I watched that Edmond North and Classen girls play, and Classen beat Edmond North. That
came back in the end.
Down by 15, came back. Real good game. But I think Choctaw ladies got enough to beat Edmond North, the number one team in 6A.
Okay. Okay.
I know Edmond North got some big girls, some girls going, 5'11", 6 foot, 6'1", but I think Choctaw has enough to beat them. And you heard it first on Keep It 100, because I just think that Choctaw has, two great guards, like I said, in Raylan, and then, Kylie, and then, the big post center, number 32 for the Yellow Jackson. They got a couple girls that can
Jasmine.
Is that her name, Jasmine?
Think so. And then you got Carly Gasaway. She can shoot from just about anywhere on the court. I mean,
and then you
Choctaw's
got the
talented.
Julia's sister. I think she's just a playmaker, man. I mean, she can shoot. She can play inside. Plays good. Pruitt. Yeah, good young lady. So I'm telling you here first. You heard it here. Keep It 100. Do not be surprised if Choctaw Lady Yellow Jackets go win state in basketball, man. Awesome. That's just how much talent they got.
Yeah. And then let's see, other good games we got. Man, I mean, really, other than those games, I mean, PC North over Ponca City, 47-53. That was another close one right there. Yep. But yeah, so that's all for 6A. Moving on to 5A.
5A, let's talk about it.
Yeah. You got Noble over Bishop Kelly, 45-43.
Dang, good game.
Yeah, good game there. And then you got Carl Albert beating Altus 73-26. Claremore over Tulsa Memorial by 3, 55-52. And then Guthrie over Guyman 53-52. So that
wow.
Yeah.
That's a good game. I don't
Guyman out there doing it like that.
Guyman, hey, they can't play football. But I guess they can go play a little bit of basketball.
They basketball.
Everybody's Guyman's homecoming in football. Hey, real quick though, E, on this regional, if you lose, are you out, or do you still get to go to area? Because I don't know that much about the basketball.
I honestly don't. So
if somebody knows that, please tell us. Please tell us.
Let's see. I'm trying to look on OSSAA's website here. Okay, so it says right here. Okay, criteria for determining state tournament pairings. The highest seeded winners bracket team shall be cross-bracketed with the lowest seeded losers bracket team. The second highest seeded winners bracket teams will be cross-bracketed with the highest seeded losers bracket team. Teams on that's kind of we don't need that info at the end there. So it looks like it's the best out of the winning bracket versus the losers bracket, and then those teams
So
go
to answer your question, if you lose once, you're still in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
double elimination.
They lose, their second regional game, they'll be out there, right?
You're done deal.
And so they can't even go to regionals then?
You mean area?
They wouldn't be able to go to area.
I get that mixed up because you always think areas first in regionals, because that's how it is in wrestling. You go to regionals, then you go to state. So man, some of those teams that got beat like that, I don't see them having a chance. But what did Carl Albert girls do? Because I know they're ranked number 1 in 5A.
They beat Altus.
They beat Altus. What was the score to that?
73-26.
And then Mill City beat up on the team last night too.
They beat up on Santa Fe South.
16.
And what about Del City? They win too.
Del City. They beat Southeast 82-17.
So that just tells you right there, all three teams here in the Mid-Del. All three teams probably going to make it to area, and all three teams got a chance to make it to state.
Yeah.
And I talked to Coach, Corky the other day after I did the show with Seabach. I talked to Corky a little bit, and we was kind of talking about that. And once again, Andy has to be tickled to death with all three of his boys and girls doing what they're doing. Plus the wrestling too. I mean, when's the last time you saw Midway City have a kid place? I mean, Jason, that's just outstanding. And then Carl Albert, you guys took 8?
District champs.
And you guys took 8?
9.
9. Out of 13 weights?
Well, actually, 8 out of 14 weights, but we had Heidi on the girls or the ladies side.
Okay.
We had 8 on the men's
side. How did she end up last night?
She won her first one, and then I believe she lost her next 2.
Okay. But hey, there's still a good fight, though.
Here's the thing, though, about Carl Albert. Last year they took 8. This year they took 9 district champs. Of the 9 who qualified, and a few others who were real close at qualifying, they're all returning.
So you guys could be the Collinsville of 5A next year, what you're saying?
I'm not saying that much.
But you got a good chance.
Yeah, because and that's no knock against Carl Albert, but Collinsville, I want to say, took like 12 wrestlers, and 8 of them was in the finals.
That's big time.
That's the goal. That'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
They've been doing that year after year, kind of like how Carl Albert does in football.
Well, I know you guys had 2 guys in the finals. You had the
3.
Miller kid. And the coach is Kevin. And then you had the kid at One State last year.
Grant Gobert.
Greg Gobert. And
132.
And they both lost by 1 point, right?
Kaysen lost by 2, and Grant lost by 1.
And that El Reno kid has beat him every time.
3 to 4 times, only by 1 point this year.
So, and I think that El Reno, is he a junior? I think the El Reno kid is a junior.
I believe so.
So, I mean, he'll be battling the same guy. And then Kaysen wrestled, was it the Collinsville kid?
Yeah.
And that kid beat him up pretty bad the first time, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah, so he came with it.
Yeah.
His dad made sure of that.
You know, and Kevin's been around for a while. He knows the sport real well. I mean, like I said, he's got a chance to coach my brothers when he was, you know, when they were in Little League and, you know, over at Eastside and all that. So, you know, Hodges and Miller will have that team turned around and have them going in the right direction. And they will, I mean, like I said, the Goldberg kid's already a state champion. I think he'll have one more year. He's a junior. I think he'll come back as a senior. Miller's just a sophomore. And then the other young man was the Sutterfield.
Yeah, he's a junior.
He's just a junior. So all those guys, 3 guys that have a chance to come back and win state. And, you know, some kids are graduating and they might stay at their weight and they might go up. But one thing about it though, man, you know, I talked to Danny Breeden, you know, his name's on the board, his brother Justin Breeden. Talked to him Friday night over at the state tournament and, you know, got a chance to shoot the BS with him a little bit, and he kind of talked about, hey, I just keep it 100. You know, got a chance, you know, talk about, you know, Carl Albert, what Coach Hodge has done with these guys,
he's
man.
Done a great
it's
job.
not like he has a bunch of great wrestlers, but he's turned them into great wrestlers, and that's what it's all about. That's what coaching pays off. That, hey, man, what you're seeing what he's doing over there is outstanding, because I'll tell you, man, he got that program turning in the right direction. So kudos to him and you know, Coach Miller, and what's the other coach's name?
Evans,
you know, what they've done this year.
And there's one more. I keep forgetting his name, and I apologize. Military guy. He does a really good job. Those coaches have a really good balance. Hodges is the head coach, and he's able to break things down to the lowest level. And then Miller, he kind of have a lot of passion, and he try to bring the dog and the beast out in the guys.
And that's good. That's good.
Evans is your coach that you go to when you're having a bad day, that you just had that rough match, and he'll be able to bring you back, hear you out, and get you going again. And I forgot his name, but the guy that's in the military, he kind of shares a little bit of mix of all the coaches, and together collectively, those 4 do a really good job.
Man, that's good stuff. Especially, you know, you look at Carl Albert and all their sports, but what they're doing in wrestling is kind of put them on the pedestal too of, hey, they're gonna get them state championships soon. E, what else we got? No, I cut you off. We got back to wrestling.
Oh no, it's all good. So another thing mentioning 5A girls basketball is McAllister put up 100 on Nathan Hale, and they win 100-11.
Wow.
So I'm gonna ask you guys this quick question, man. Who you think is gonna win 5A? Because you know you got 3 teams right here in the Metro, young ladies and even the boys. Who you think is gonna win 5A girls and 5A boys? I mean, who would be your pick right now if you had to pick?
Definitely somebody in the mid-dill, and I'm not just saying that because
that's an easy. Come on, you got to pick a team now. You can pick a Yellow Jackets.
I think I'd have to go with Carl Albert.
There we go.
So
let's go Titans.
You know, I'm gonna say,
but
I think right now the hottest team right now is the River City Bombers. I think they got a balance. They found a little bit of shooting. Not taking that from Dale City. I think Dale City gets the athletes. I don't think they have a great shooter. You know, watching them play Carl Albert and you know, watching them play Carl Albert and, you know, seeing what Carl Albert could do with the athletes they got. I thought the Quasi did a great job coming in the game and playing against Dale City's big man and kind of holding them to 2 points the second half.
Now we talking about the quarterback.
The quarterback, y'all. I mean, this kid is about 6'2", 6'3", going against the kid at 6'10". They got every Division I school all after him and offering him. But I just think Carl Albert can be that team like they're saying. But don't count out the Bombers, because I'll tell you what, you know, what Coach Corky got those guys going. Because you got to think, man, they lost one of their best players. He left them and went over to Edmond North. To Norman North, and think if he would have stayed with the Bombers, what they already got, would it be? And they played a tough schedule. You know, it's not like they played a 5A schedule. The Bombers played a 6A schedule. The Bombers is a team that's knocked off Lenny Burt twice this year, you know, and Lenny Burt has knocked off everybody else, and you know, he's knocked off Dale City twice, you know, so it's kind of tells you where it's standing at, man, who plays a great game. And, you know, I watched the Dale City, Middle City game, and you know, it was a great, you know, close game for a little bit. Dale City kind of, you know, took the edge at the end, but I just tell you right now, I think the Bombers are playing great ball, and that's where you want to be. You want to, in the month of February, you want to be playing great ball at the end, going into March Madness, you know, in the college, the high school state tournament. So I think you don't count them out, but you still got Edmond, you still got Tulsa Memorial on the other side of the state that
so that's what
everybody got to worry about too. And whoever gets hot, it can happen.
I always pick one from the West and one from the East, so of course, I'm got to support the Titans, and then on the East, I believe Sapulpa.
I think that's the girls, though. If you're talking about girls, I think Sapulpa's team, but the girls.
Right? Yeah, we are. Oh, I thought we.
I'm sorry, I was kind of talking about boys and girls. My fault.
Oh,
my fault. But girls, you're saying Sapulpa? They're pretty soft.
I want to say that.
I have the.
I don't know. Maybe that's not. But
no, Sapulpa's the girls' team. They're pretty soft. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's them.
Yeah, Sapulpa's on the east side of the bracket.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're pretty salty, though. I mean, they're the team. But you can't count out El Reno girls neither, though. Like I said, Jennifer Douglas done a great job with those young ladies, and she finds a way every year to get in that state championship and compete for and get ready to play for a championship. So, girls, I'm going to pick. I'm going on a limb. I'm going to pick Midway City girls to win state championship.
All right.
I just think that Looney and Miracle and then Douglas, the big center, young lady. I think I know they lost some tough games, but they won some big games. I think they lost to Carl Albert at the beginning of the year when they had lost 3 girls and went down for injury. I think they got those girls back. I think Midway City got enough shooting outside. I think if they feed the big girls inside a little bit more, Douglas, I think it's going to be. Excuse me, I think it's going to be hard to compete with them because they can get up and go, man. Like I said, Looney's a track star. And Miracle can shoot anywhere. She's like a little Curry. She can shoot anywhere on the floor. They got a couple of other young ladies that can go. They got the little Gaddis young lady that can go. So don't count out that black and gold, Miss Knight and Allison and the rest of her crew playing for a gold ball over at Midway City.
Yeah,
now we talk about them boys.
Yeah, let's move over to the boys here, which the boys have not started yet. I think their game starts tomorrow.
They all start Monday night.
Tomorrow. So here we go. So 6A. Some matchups that I like. Let's see. Bixby and Broken Arrow. I really think Broken Arrow is going to win that one. But let's see. Choctaw and Westmore, that'll be a good game.
That'll be a good game.
So,
that'll be a good game. Westmore's not bad. I mean, they're not bad. Choctaw, I don't think they found themselves yet. I think they're still trying to find the chemistry, having, Cameron, Lamonte's son come over, Cam Hunt come over, from PC, and trying to play with the Valentine kid, and some of the other young men they got. So I still don't think they found their chemistry. The starting 5 lineup. I think they can play with anybody in the state, but I just think. I think sometimes it becomes me ball instead of just playing as a team. So sometimes that can hurt you. You got to play team ball, especially in this time when people can put the zone on you, man to man. Because if you can't shoot outside and somebody puts the zone on you, man, it's gonna be a long, long night.
Yeah, absolutely. Then you got Enid and Jinx.
Jinx should win that.
Yeah, Jinx should win that for sure. And then Stillwater, Owasso, Southmore and Norman, Muskogee and Union. So those are just some of those matchups that I think that are kind of close.
Who does Norman North have?
Norman North, they have. Oh yeah, how do we not mention Norman North? They have Lawton. So
Norman North should win that, man.
Yeah.
It's funny because the young man that got shot last year was over at PC North. I think he got shot. Sat the rest of the season out, and he comes back and he's over at Norman North, and the young man that was at Midway City leaves.
KO.
KO leaves and goes there, and you're thinking they're gonna have a super team, man. And those two haven't figured it out yet. I don't know if it's more of a James Harding, Westbrook who wants the ball at the end.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's things that people figure like you go put the super team together, but at the end everybody wants the ball. Who wants the ball?
Yeah.
And then and especially if you got a lot of daddy's egos involved, the mama's egos involved, it hurts the kid a lot. I mean, believe me, I'm a parent. I understand. I mean, shoot, I say that with my daughter, push the ball, go score. Sometimes I get mad at her because she don't score enough, but she does all the little things. So, don't count Norman North out, but I think they got to figure out, who's the team leader. Is it KO or is it a young man that came over, from PC North? Absolutely.
And then moving on to 5A, let's see. We got Guyman at Del City. Del City will win that one, I think.
By 80.
Yeah, and then you got Santa Fe South and Midway City. I think Midway City wins that one.
Yeah.
And then Carl Albert and Altus. I think Carl Albert wins that one.
It's funny. We talk about Carl Albert, but Carl Albert's lost. They lost to Guthrie. I mean, I'm sorry, not Guthrie, but the Guthrie game was a tight game, and I don't know if it's a tight game. The El Reno game, didn't the boys get beat by El Reno?
Yeah.
And you look at that, like how you scratch your head. But like I said, if you come in and you have a bad game, anybody can beat you. It's all about that
Yeah.
shooting. If you can't shoot outside and your inside game ain't working, it's going to be a long night. So, like I said, I do think Carl Albert got enough power to get there. I did tell somebody, even though I got my Dell City Keeper 100 on today, I did say I think Dell City will probably lose to Carl Albert if they played again, because they played them at home a couple weeks ago and it came down to a last-minute buzzer beater 3. Carl Albert at one point in time was down by 12 to 14, fought and got back in it. Man, they got some great athletes, and they're still missing one of their good shooters outside, and the Novotny kid. I think he's been hurt, but I just think that I saw something in Reed the Crazy man. Like
Dude's
said,
an
the
athlete.
kid can jump.
Athlete.
Man. I mean, he can jump out of a gym, but just to see him hold that Dell City kid to 2 points, 3 points in the second half, it kind of just tells you what type of athlete he is. And he don't shoot enough. There's a couple times he had some open layups and he passed it off. And sometimes you got to go up there and flush it because the kid can jump out of a gym.
40-inch vertical.
So it just tells you, folks, if you're recruiting, man, take a look at this kid. I mean, I know he plays quarterback. I'm just telling you, you can put him on the other side of the ball and he going to start for a lot of D1 schools. But
He's fast, too.
Real fast, real athletic, man. And that name goes a long way to Crazy. But real quick, give a shout out to Still. From Choctaw, picked up another offer.
From Memphis.
From Memphis, I think that's
awesome.
a good fit.
Real deal.
He's gonna start getting them come left and right. You kind of look and scratch your head like, why he ain't got many? But I say if he's just doing what he's doing and keep working and getting bigger, faster, stronger, control that attitude. I mean, his future is bright. That's just how it is, man. I ain't gonna hate on the young man. The kid got skills. Can punt the ball, catch the ball, throw the ball. He's another kid. You probably put him on the other side of the ball. He can play a defensive end and get get a scholarship there. So congratulations to him and whoever else got some. The quarterback from Midwest City,
DJ.
Yeah,
Irving.
he just picked up an offer
that's
from
Navy.
Navy. Yeah, Navy.
That's awesome, man. Go serve your country, but congratulations on getting a scholarship because he's a baseball kid, and when you can receive a football scholarship, and he can go do like Lanusa did over at Choctaw. He went to the Army. I think it was Army Academy, and he played a little bit of football and switched over to baseball. So he could do the same thing. But congratulations to him and Coach Hall.
I think Lanusa was Navy as well.
He might have been Navy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my fault. He might have been Navy, but congratulations to Coach Hall, man. Like I said, getting those kids recruited, man, is big things for your school.
Yeah, and then
And you're doing it the right way.
Yeah, and then another thing about recruiting quarterbacks is a lot of schools they only try to go get one out of the class.
Yeah.
You don't want to. What's so funny?
What's so
RT?
funny, RT?
Man, I heard that, Tony.
What did I say? I didn't say that.
Yeah, you just giving Coach Hall some
I
kudos.
told Coach Hall, good job, and he's doing it the right way.
Doing it the right way. Okay, let's go.
But yeah, I know we're kind of getting off topic here. We're talking football, but
just keep it 100. We
yeah.
talk everything.
But you don't see Steele getting all these offers, even though he's one of the top quarterbacks in the state. And you can maybe make an argument for him for being like a top 20 quarterback in the
Not
nation.
only that, the kid is smart as hell.
Yeah, kid is smart. I mean, his daddy was smart. Ronnie and Jill, they've done a great job. That young man, his attitude has changed a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of that comes with maturity. I mean, he's a senior. This is his last run at it, man. And I tell you, man, winning a high school state championship is good stuff, man. I told RT, I watched the show. I was getting off subject a little bit, but this is good though.
All right,
because I watched that show. The guy that used to coach Hoover. If you guys can pull his name up, he did another show. He went to this Georgia team, and he got this quarterback to come over from California to come meet him in Georgia. And he started. He had a young African American kid playing QB. The Georgia kid ended up starting, win the first game, finds out he's ineligible. And so they said mom and dad played that role, legally separated, but something happened that he couldn't play. So, he had to sit out. They tried to fight it, found out he was still ineligible. So the other kid ended up starting. But to find out at the very end of this show is that he was cheating. And so the Touchdown Club guy was recording him. And this is on Netflix. So if I get the name of it, man, I put it on there, and I want you guys to go watch it because this is happening every day. And why I talk about this, because people get so mad at me and think, oh, you're always bashing this school. You always say this about the school. One thing I said about every school, if you're cheating, I'm going to call you out. And it happens every day. And it's so good to watch this show because, the Touchdown Club guy recorded the coach's conversation. Well, this coach was paying for kids to live in apartments, recruiting kids, have them come in. This happens every day, folks. This is on a TV show, but this happens every day. And you know, so funny. I ran into a guy the other night. I was at the, you know, wrestling match with RT, and the guy that, you know, I'm not gonna say his name. He'll know who I'm talking about. You know me. I'm sitting there and I walk away and I go grab me a drink. But before I walk away, I go say hi to Miss Teresa. You know, Coleman. You know, kind of like a, you know, mother to my kids, been there for my sons and, you know, for my wife and myself. And you know, we came in. You know, wasn't recruited, but we moved in. Well, you know, one of the guys sitting there is a high up at Choctaw. You know, a few years ago, yeah, his son got married and he needed some beverages. You know what I do? I stock shelves. so he needed some beverages for his son's wedding. Well, this guy didn't say 2 words to me. And I look at myself and I go home and I tell my wife, I said, man, you know what? This guy 2 years ago called me, texted me, went to his house, delivered the beverages for him, helped him out for his son's wedding, but you can't say 2 words to me. You know why you can't say 2 words to me? Because when you're right, you're right. When you're right, you're right. You know, because like I told my boy Eric Sanford.
What you tell him?
I said, if we got beef, I'm still going to say what's up to you.
Right.
Because I'm a man.
Man.
Cowards hide behind the closed doors. And I just keep it at 100 right here because I know where we stand now, you know, because, you know, sometimes you lose your good help. Congratulations to Goose, moving on to Newcastle as the new athletic director. You know, he was at OSSA. I know he's helped some teams out, but he's moving on. So I just wanted to tell you people, man, when you cheat, it's all going to get caught up, man. It's like this coach did. What's his name?
Rush Props.
Rush Props. Got fired for what? Cheating. It'll catch up. Whatever's in the dark comes to what?
Comes to light.
Comes to light. I'm sorry, so I'm back off my soapbox. But I just want to let people know that, though, man. Come catch that show. What's the name of that show?
Titletown High.
Titletown High. It's good. Great show. I'm telling you, man. Go check it out. And I guarantee you some of y'all going to scratch your head and be like, damn, my high school coach is doing that. And that's keeping it 100. Let's go next.
Oh, man. All right. Moving on. What else? I think that's probably about it for basketball. I'll let y'all go ahead and talk about what happened this weekend at Wrestling State. So.
Well, you know what, man? RT, you want to start? You want me to start? What?
You the wrestling guy.
Well, I just want to give a couple of shout outs to, to some of the guys, I want to give it to Hunter Halsworth from Edmond North. The kid was a Choctaw kid, still live here in Choctaw. He did it the right way. He moved his 9th grade year, moved into Edmond North. His mom and daddy still live in Choctaw, but, they transferred him out before, did it the right way. I mean, I'm just keeping it 100, but, he went over to Edmond North, with Coach Snyder. Last year, I think they took 9 to 10 freshmen to the state finals. They came up short. Stillwater beat them. Same thing happened this year, but he wins it, and props to him because, like I said, this kid's he beats a legend son. He beats John Smith's son 6-1 in the finals. And John Smith boy was looking for his second title, and Hunter gets his first. And it sucks that he did leave Choctaw Wrestling, but went over to Edmond North. But at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for your kid, and I think his dad made the right decision at the end. He's in the room with a bunch of studs, and so congratulations to that young man. Blankenship, got to give it up to him. He's winning his third. It
was a close one.
It was a close one. Man, that's what it's all about, though, man. I think if you out there tech phone somebody in the finals, you ain't got no competition. But
right.
Give it up to Blankenship, for Bigsby. He wins his third one at 132. He's going to go off to Oklahoma State. That Oklahoma State room is going to be loaded, man, because, two other young men I want to give a shout out to is, Angelo Ferrari beating, the Williams kid. The Williams kid was at Collinsville, was one of those state places at Collinsville.
Hey, man, big bro in there looking like Mr. T with all that bling on. Hey, my man had 2 watches on. They say 2 chains. He had 2 watches on.
Hey, when you're the man at Oklahoma State and you're AJ Ferrari and your little brother's Angelo, and he's going to be joining Oklahoma State's wrestling team too, but beats out one of his teammates. He beats out the Williams kid that was at Collinsville. It was a 3-time state champion in 5A. Then he moves up to 6A, goes over to Owasso. He loses in the finals to Atlanta. About 1 point. And that's tough because this kid has won everything, Williams kid has won everything, and I mean, Jordan Williams is a great young man, but I tell people all the time, man, 6A and 5A is too different, and not knocking it in any kind of way, but it's just too different, man. I tell people all the time, I think if I stayed 5A, my boy stayed 5A, he's a 4-time state champion. 6A, you go to those big tournaments, and not saying that, Collinsville, because you see what they did, this year they had what, you said 8 in the finals?
Yep.
Had 8 in the finals, and a lot of those guys won it, but, it just kind of tells you, what 6A's at and 5A's at, but, congratulations to Jordan Williams and little Ferrari, Angelo. But good luck to those guys at the next level. I think Ferrari still has one more year. A tough loss to my man Sean Muse, man, a kid that fought, wrestled tough, man. Wrestled last 2 weeks. He's been wrestling lights out. He loses in the finals to a roller. Anybody know the rollers, man? They're big time with Tulsa Nationals and the kickoff tournaments. The big names out there in Tulsa. The rollers are big wrestlers. Have their own academy and stuff like that. I don't know if it's the grandson or whatever he is, but he's related to the rollers. But he beat Sean 1-0. Man, it's a tough loss. I really wanted Sean to get this. I don't know if he's going to wrestle in college, but I just tell you, man, the kid is a great kid, man. I've had the chance to know Sean for since Little League and watching him grow and become a young man. And it's just tough. Sometimes the good guys don't win. I tell people that all the time. But he is a great young man, and he's had a great career at Choctaw. His name is always going to be, even though he might not get on the big board for winning state, but everybody's always going to remember him, who he is, though. So, great job to him. And then team scores, I think, once again, Stillwater wins 6A, Collinsville wins 5A.
Speaking of Collinsville,
talk to me,
that was a kid that four-time state champion. Steve. Steve. Yeah,
he's a four-timer.
Does he have any offers? Is he committed to
I talked to Mr. Hill today, and he said that Missouri kind of was talking to him. Maples was talking to his mom at the tournament, so there's a good chance he'll get some offers. Kid's a four-timer, big size kid. I think the kid is still growing. He's over 6 foot, so there ain't no telling. I mean, he can get up to that 195, 220 pound, in college. So I think he's still young. He just like I say, he's just a senior. But when you go to college, they'll put that weight on you. So whatever school he picks, they're going to get a good one to him too. So congratulations to him being a four-timer. You're exactly right. Like I said, the team scores, like saying Stillwater won 6A, Collinsville 5A.
Yep.
Tuttle 4A, 3A was it Marlowe? Marlowe, wins 3A. I mean, that's a good powerhouse, man. They've had some good wrestlers come out of there. I think one of the OU's coaches, Michael Leitner, I think he's from Marlowe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like I said, that just tells you how good that program is year in and year out, and they just keep doing it though. So congratulations to all the teams that's won that one state, and then all the young men. I know I can't mention everybody on this deal. I know Archie got a couple guys that he's gonna schools and people he's gonna shout out, but congratulations to everybody that that qualified and went to state, because it ain't an easy task, man. You got to work your butt off. You got to cut your weight, and you got to eat right. And especially with COVID going around, you got to make sure yourself is healthy, because if you get sick, you don't have 10 days to recover.
Right.
Absolutely.
Tuttle won their 14th in a row.
14 in a row. I think it's time for Tuttle to move up.
You think so?
I would say so. I think it's time for Tuttle to move up.
Well, that their enrollment their numbers are still low. They just got a good program out there.
Well, let's take a quick break because we might have a special guest. I don't know if he's going to call in or not.
Okay.
So we'll be right back after what?
After one of these sponsors on Keeping It 100, Oklahoma High School Sports.
With 25 years experience in the industry, Line-X Customs OKC is your one-stop shop for all your vehicle accessory needs. Specializing in spray-in liners, lifts, levels, wheels, tires, bed covers, and anything else you need to make your ride look and sound better. Call Eric and the boys at 405-778-8878.
Welcome back to Keeping It 100, Oklahoma High School Sports. Let's talk about some of these scholarship applicants we got so far. We have 11 of them, which is amazing. I mean that I'm gonna keep it real. I mean that kind of exceeded my expectations because in the beginning it didn't look like it had much traction, but here toward the end of the deadline, it's starting to ramp up a little bit. So that's got me a little bit excited because there's a thick pot. And it's really gonna be a tough decision, but yeah. So we just want to thank everybody who has applied so far. We want to thank all the the coaches and athletic staff pushing it out there
Yep.
for us, helping it reach more kids and giving them an opportunity to get them some money to do whatever they want to do in their next chapter, whether they're playing ball at the next level or not, or going to trade school, going to a 2-year college like I'm doing, going to a 4-year university, whatever, so just super thankful for that, and thankful to Eric Sanford and Brad Collier for help making this possible. So yeah, anything y'all would like to add on that?
I just want to tell everybody thank you, man, because like I said, I know it's a lot of hard work, man. I know we've done a lot of hard work producing this and getting it out there to people, man. And like I said, I think we set ourselves apart from other podcasts and other sports, high school sports, by doing this kind of stuff. And, and the stuff that we do, we go above and beyond. I mean, we just don't do writing, we'll go out and shoot you live. And, if a kid has a special story, we want to come talk to you. I think some of these essays is outstanding. We'll narrow it down. I won't be one of the judges. We got some people on the panel that'll do that. I think we'll get down to the final four, kind of like a bracket. Then, we'll, E kind of talked about having a little bit of fun with it. But, we'll be announcing the winner in the next, we probably do it right after state basketball. I know Monday's the deadline. By the time we drop this show, the deadline will be over. But, the ones that have done it, man, I appreciate you. I know the last few nights it's been having people come in. And my email's been ding, and here's another one. We had some guys already in college. Big Alton, he just dropped his. He's in college. He's left. He graduated early, and so I just like it. What's going on, man. There's not a bad essay or a great essay. We just want to learn a little bit about yourself and what you got, what your plans are. We want this to go to a great cause. It's for you, and it's not something we're going to just do one time. I mean, I've already got money in the bank for the next scholarship. I got some guys that's been talking to me, an investor. He's kind of talked to me, one of my good guys, good buddies. He wants to give and help because, he got that kind of money. So, like I said, once again, thanking, Brad and Eric and then, JW, Jeremy Woods, with Jackie Cooper, they've been getting involved. So we might even do a show from there in their showroom. We got some big things coming down the tank, man. I got people calling left and right, man, and, wanting to get involved with Keep It 100. Like I said, we're just, my wife said something to me special the other day. She said, man, Tony just don't talk about one school. He talks about everybody, So if people gets upset, what I'm saying is it's not that I'm trying to dog you because, if you're doing wrong, if I'm doing something wrong, I want somebody to tell me, So, like I said, I love every high school. And the funny thing is, man, we have a bunch of applicants from Choctaw Yellow Jackets, Jesse
awesome.
Tisdale.
Bunch from Choctaw, bunch from Carl Albert.
Nate Robertson, Alton, it just tells you right now, man, we don't discriminate, like I said, I love every high school kid, every kid that's putting on that jersey, him or her is putting on that jersey, going out trying to win a game and do what's best for their team. And for you to take time to do this, I think we had a young track star in there, cross country, Baldwin. She's a Choctaw, cross country runner. We had Kaylee Tony. I mean, I might miss some names, but Jawan from Millwood City, Jacoby Seabach, from Millwood City. So we've had a bunch of different kids. A couple kids from I think we got Lester from Hare. So I mean, it's all over the metro, man. It's not just here in Mid-Del, but we got kids from outside. I'd love to have a kid from Jones. I want kids from all over. This is not this. They could be from Tulsa. They could be from Muskogee. They could be from Claremore. We don't care. We just want to get this scholarship to the best young man or woman, female athlete that deserves it. Like I said, at the end of the day, these two will be the main guys along probably with my daughter Olivia, Jessica, and then Cam. And, cause we want everybody to have their taste because, nobody wants to be biased because I'm a bomber. I don't want to go pick a bomber because he's a tight. He don't want to pick a tight, and he's a yellow jacket. He don't want to pick a yellow jacket. Yeah. We want everybody to kind of have their say so, and it's going to come down. Who did the right things? Did they turn in their transcript? Did they turn in? Did they have the 3-point GPA? Are they talking about what they're going to do? Just don't tell me because, hey, grandma likes me to come over during the summertime. And like I said, we haven't read all these definitely deep in, but, we will pick the winner. But like I said, I just like to thank everybody that has filled out for it, man. I like to thank the people that's helping us put this on. And these two guys, man, I think this is very special. You know, people can talk about it, you know, talk about what they want to say, but, you know, Friday night I was at the wrestling tournament, and one of the guys says, man, you got your own gear? How can I order that? And
We got to get
cool.
some merch going.
Yeah,
Man.
you know, that's pretty cool because, you know, I got sweats now. I got, you know, you know, I got my.
Y'all hear him talking about what all he got.
Yeah. Hey, but
hopefully
you know,
we can get some too.
Hey, you know what, man? You know, they will get some. I will. You know, this baby girl, man, travel up and down the road, man, is got my pocketbook. But no, I know I will get my. I'm telling you,
we got to get the merch. You know why?
Because
little Miss Sherman
got
you, boy.
Hey, she always gonna whoop me. I thought I was gonna have to get on the mat and get knocked out. But as soon as I walked in, I had my little pullover, my little visor, my little vest on,
yep.
man. But you know, it's pretty cool when you walk through the place and people see your merch, man. And you know, I made this DC. I sat over in the Carl Albert side the other night, you know, watching them play basketball against Dell City. And, you know, both my daughters, you know, one's a Soldier Creek and the other one graduated from Carl Albert. And no one really noticed it until I stood up and they said, what does that DC stand for, Tony? Deer Creek. And I said, it's Dell City. But, you know, it's when I do the Coach Jones show, I got to represent Dell City, keep it 100. That's what I do. Yeah. I got me some red sweats. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to have all the school logos on there, who I'm dealing with. You know, it might be a Bomber, it might be a Titan. I mean, because I don't discriminate. They're all my schools now. Yeah. And, you know, we want to keep branching this out. But, you know, if it's right here in the Metro, and we're going to take care of the Metro, though, because, you know, I love getting these kids' names out, man. And everybody that's filled out for the application, we retweeted them and told them, you know, good luck at your next deal and told them thank you, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, man. Yep. And whoever wins, man, we don't have nobody. I don't have no favorites because, like I said, you know, at the end of the day, I want to give it to the right person that deserves it the best. So that's how we look at it. RT, anything?
No, I think you and E kind of covered it all. We appreciate everyone, especially those young students that want to further their education. Collectively, we are going to make the decision here in the next couple of weeks. We want to kind of take our time with it to make sure we are blessing someone with an opportunity just to take care of some of those fees when you're in college, whether that's getting you a new laptop, parking pass, books, tuition, whatever you want to use it for. We appreciate you for expressing your interest, and can't wait to announce the winner once we get it picked. Man, that's a big deal, Tony.
That's a big deal, man. That's a big deal, man. I'm super pumped that, you know, we can do this, man, and you know, we talked about it, but now this dream can come true to some young man or female, and they can take the $1,000 and do what they right. Because like I said, this ain't the only one, folks. You know, I mean, hopefully the pot can keep getting bigger and bigger. Because like I said, I do have some guys investing in it, man. And then like I said, if you know anybody that wants to shoot an ad and donate to it, I mean, we'll shoot their ad. And as you can see, we got Clutch Coacher and Eric. Man, Eric has been my boy since 8th grade, 9th grade, and you know, our relationship goes long. You know, not just besides, you know, old days at Touchdown Club, you know, but I mean, just our friendship. We might not talk every day like we used to, but at the end of the day, man, I know I can call on him for some tires, and if I'm broke down or if I need something fixed, he's gonna be right there for me. So that's what friends are for, though. But folks, I just want to let you know, man, we appreciate you watching. Keep it 100, man. Absolutely. I mean, we appreciate everything you do. I know I piss some people off, but if I ain't pissing you off, I ain't doing my job.
So just make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
And
we got something cool coming up around with the scholarship. So make sure you have the next to our channel, next to the subscribe button, there's a little bell icon. Hit that. That'll let you get all of our notifications when we post a video. So,
we trying to do big things. We trying to do what, Lee? What we trying to do? We trying to go what? Trying to go live. So yeah, be looking out for a live stream coming up here in the about month, next few weeks or so.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you have those notifications on. Like, subscribe, comment, share, retweet our stuff. You know, push it out there. You know, because it takes a village. You know, we're trying to.
There you go.
We're trying to grow and everything like that. And you know, it can't just be us pushing it out all the time. So. You know, so we appreciate those of you that do push it out, really do, and then you know, just trying to get some more people to come on and join them. So, nevertheless, we thank you for tuning in for another awesome episode of Keeping It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports, and see you next time.
See ya.